Sure, I was hurt. I had opened myself up to her. I did what people say they want you to do in a relationship. I was vulnerable. I said, there's me on the inside. That's my heart. Would you like to touch it? And she said, uh-huh. Took it. Ripped it out of my chest. I never saw it again. I don't know what she did with it. Probably used it around the house like a sponge, like a paperweight or a doorstop. Probably every time she met a guy she wanted to bang and he didn't have a condom, she was like, well, here, it's no big deal. She used Sean's heart as a condom. Unfortunate, it hurt, but hey, life happens, all right? But I was still broken. I was still a sad little boy. And I decided after a couple of weeks in the doldrums that the best way to get over her and move on with life was to see some titties. To go to a strip club for the first time. Now, there's no shortage of strip clubs here. Bourbon Street alone's got 2 or 3. It's got 8, I believe. I think it's actually like 13. And there used to be off-bourbon strip clubs. You remember those? Which were a lot like off-Broadway theaters, if you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you're gonna pay less to get in, but you're gonna be kind of confused by what you're watching on the stage. It's more experimental than you were hoping. And there'll be a fog machine unnecessarily at full blast. You can guarantee it. And, like, you know, the Quarter's got world-famous strip clubs, you know, like Rick's Cabaret, Stilettos, Barely Legal, Larry Flint's Barely Legal, Larry Flint's Hustler Club. I didn't go to the Quarter, though. I didn't go to any of these fancy strip clubs. I went 33 miles north of the city to a suburb known as Slidell, Louisiana, where there's a gem of a gentleman's club called Scuttlebutt. You know it. They should be paying me money for that response. I don't know that anyone's ever cheered for Scuttlebutt, but there you know. It's there. Now, I grew up near that place, and for my entire life, I thought it was just the dumbest named strip club ever. Such a Scuttlebutt, like the owner was just some meathead who didn't understand English that well. It was like, look, I want him to scuttle in to see some butt. Bam, names itself. It's better than Scuttlegash. It's better than Scuttletwat. Scuttlebutt. Put it on the fucking sign, though. But later, I would learn that scuttlebutt is a real word with an actual definition, the definition of which is a rumor or gossip. So now that changes. Now I think the owner's just like a dude with a monocle and a top hat, twirling a cane. Pardon me, gentlemen and scholars alike. Behind these doors be scantily clad women of the night, willing to polish the knob on your front side for mere pennies on the dollar, or so that be the scuttlebutt. Now, at the time, I was only 20 years old. That is technically too young to get in anywhere else in the country. But I was also heartbroken, so I walked into that place with the confidence of a vet. You know what I mean? Like the bouncer didn't even look at me, but I swear I heard him say, "Thank you for your service." I went to the bar, ordered a PBR off the imported beer list. Imported from Milwaukee, bro. And I sat at the stage and just sort of flicked dollar bills at the strippers while listening to them strip, because I was still that heartbroken where I couldn't even look at another female form like, oh, she had a stomach too, man. No, I'm just not ready. And I was 20, so I was broke. So like every third flick, there was nothing there. I just did the motion. And I just listened to the cavalcade. All right, fellas, here she comes. Crystal. All right, club favorite, Cacophony. Sexiest woman in the Southeast 5 years running, it's Ebony. A white girl, by the way. Culturally appropriating before cultural appropriation was a buzzword. She was a real South African American, if you know what I'm saying. All right, fellas, here she is, the club favorite, Jubilee. All right, late night, here she comes, Nancy. That caught my attention, Nancy. That's not a stripper name, that's a normal name. A stripper's name might be Nancy, but then her stripper name would be like charcuterie. She's a board full of meat, fellas. Right? Nancy, that caught my attention. And unlike every stripper before her who came out dancing to Ja Rule or Metallica or Pantera or DMX, Nancy came out dancing to the Goo Goo Dolls' Iris. We all know that song, and a lot of people tell themselves over and over again that they hate that song. And if you truly believe you hate that song, then I guess the world saw you and it didn't understand. And Nancy and I make eye contact right then and there, and it's obvious there's a bond. It's strong between us. I'm almost worried other people could see it, right? I mean, look, she was looking right through me. She could see right through me. I was a broken little boy. That's why I was in the strip club. But I could see right through her as well. She was also broken. That's why she was stripping. I know. I feel it from some of you, like, well, Sean, what are you saying? Are you implying that all strippers are broken people? Yes, I absolutely fucking am, and you need to respect that. Because I don't give a shit. If you're not broken, go out there and live your life. Get broken, then we can hang out. Broken people are real, you understand? Like human beings, we're like glow sticks. We can't truly shine till someone cracks us. Shakes us up. Because she was broken, Nancy was more human than human. Which is a White Zombie song that Crystal had danced to earlier. And she's dancing around now, and she's topless. And there they are, those titties I came to see. But now they were more than just titties. They were breasts. Those which nourish us as children and please us as adults. This was somewhere in between, right? And we make eye contact again, and it's a bridge of light. It's like I'm staring into the eyes of someone I had known for centuries. And our last words to one another were, "Find me in the next life." And here we were, finding each other in the next life in a strip club in Slidell, Louisiana. Who'd have thunk it? And she kept dancing around. She had other people there, but every second she'd look back at me and we make eye contact over and over again. Our bond was so strong. We're here, Nancy. We found each other. How many lifetimes had we spent searching? Our journey could finally continue. We could be together again and travel the world and show the human race the possibilities of love and how it's the only thing that will save us from doom. Nancy and I would be together, and then I'm in a headlock. I'm in a headlock, right? Out of nowhere, and I look up, and it's the bouncer. He's got me in a headlock, and he's walking me out because he saw the connection. He knew the prophecy was true. He knew why I was there, to free Nancy, so she could free others like her. My heart was pounding at 5 times the rate it ever had, pumping blood into this body that was stronger than it has ever been. I was more than a man because of her. I almost felt sorry for this fucking fool. He had no clue who he had just put his hands on. And we get out to the parking lot, and he makes the mistake of releasing me, a gladiator and warrior in one, ready to destroy anyone that stood between Nancy and I, starting with that fucking mortal. And he very calmly goes, hey man, hey, I can't have you in there crying, dude. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. Maybe I am too emotional. Years and years before that, whilst I was still an active bedwetter, on November 17th, 1991. I know that day, I remember it because it was the day after my 13th birthday, and I was in a bad place because I was still fixing a bed. When you're still bedwetting at 13, it's an issue.